What part of the game is this? He asked me, I said, you tell me, pickle. I'm from one of the 12 tribes of Israel. Look around the world, you see it's a big deal. Who's this in the feast about to get sealed? It's the feast of dedication. It's the feast of dedication. It's the feast of dedication. It's real time for us to elevate. A solemn time, purification of our temple. Gotta cleanse your mental, spiritual, and physical. It's really that simple. Unless you wanna be the one stuck off in limbo, defiling your spirit and mind, simply doing things moving by the impulse with the insult that's incoherent. When the word that was sold for their heart didn't understand, that's past interference. Now they staring, looking back in the mirror, image coming clear. I pray and hope one day that we see your reflection when we look at ourselves in the mirror. Are we walking the truth or error? Do we care to even hear you? Do we know to keep your laws? Your stats commands is how we fear it. How you chasten those you love and sanctify us to bring us nearer and purify us through your holiness and make us the repairs of the breach. And now we out there prophesying all throughout the streets. Gotta make up for lost time, we gotta reach the lost sheep of the house of Israel, so the Father sent us out to preach. Bringing the heavenly fire with holy angels, and they're coming. The game is this. He asked me, I said, you tell me, pickle. I'm from one of the 12 tribes of Israel. Look around the world, you see it's a big deal. Who's this in the feast about to get sealed? It's the feast of dedication. It's the feast of dedication. It's the feast of dedication. It's real time for us to looking at the history. Our temple devoured by Antiochus Epiphanes. Go to 2nd Maccabees 5, starting at verse 15, and you can read about the treachery of Menelaus, how he ascended to the office of the high priest. Jason did the same thing. Onias was a high priest, a righteous, pious man who feared the Most High and hated wicked deeds. But his brother Jason ascended to the king and made the bruise shift into a way of life of the Greeks. And that's how he took the office through corruption. Follow me, as we get deeper off in this discussion. They destroyed the lawful way of living by building gymnasiums, and that was a part of the campaign for the Hellenization of the Jews. I meant to say Bruce because we know who the real Jews, so don't be fooled. It's a history lesson, we taking you back to school. No jumping through hoops, we bringing the truth, making it uncomfortable for you. You know what to do. Isaiah 62, the 14, and give them a clue. What part of the game is this? He asked me, I said, you tell me, pickle. I'm from one of the 12 tribes of Israel. Look around the world, you see it's a big deal. Who's this in the feast about to get sealed? It's the feast of dedication. It's the feast of dedication. It's the feast of dedication. It's real time for us to elevate. Jason became the high priest under Antiochus Epiphanes. He wasted no small time on doing everything that was meant to be good for the Hebrews, hard-coded in the igloo. He was no true high priest, he was just evil. Now the priests were no longer intent on doing their service, and they purpose at the altar, despising everything for the lucre. That's the love of the money. What else? Love of the honeys. We were supposed to live a set-apart life, not when it's fit to get done, but what we do, disdain the honor prized by our ancestors. They put a high value on the Greeks and their customs. But it's reaching the heavy disaster overtook them and shook them and brought calamities over Jerusalem. Now we wake it up in captivity and we looking for the old path, the ancient path of righteousness they shooken. Seeing the bruise runs like the Maccabees, zealous for the royal law of life and cleansing our sanctuary. What part of the game is this? He asked me, I said, you tell me, pickle. I'm from one of the 12 tribes of Israel. Look around the world, you see it's a big deal. Who's this in the feast about to get sealed? It's the feast of dedication. It's the feast of dedication. It's the feast of dedication. It's real time for us to elevate. 2nd Maccabees 3:1. While the holy city was inhabited in unbroken peace, and the laws were strictly observed because of the piety of the high priest Onias, and he hated wickedness. Verse 2-8, read quick. It came about that the kings themselves honored the place and glorified the temple with the finest presents, even to the extent of the king Seleucus of Asia defrayed from his own revenues all the expenses connected with the service of the sacrifices. But a man named Simon, out of the tribe of Benjamin, who had been a captain of the temple, had a disagreement with the high priest about the administration of the city market. Then I'm going to give you a synopsis of the next 3 verses so that we can sum it up real quick. So Simon plotted on Onias, the high priest who was righteous, one who feared the Most High, who protected and prolonged the city of Jerusalem, the holy city. And so he had the king Jerusalem to confiscate riches beyond measure. And when the report was told to the king said, no, I want what's in that treasury. Long story short, Onias was really moved by the great straits that he was in, by the campaign to come into Jerusalem, into the Holy of the Holy. It was written all over him and confiscated. So he besought. It affected the Most High. All of the women, all the people, they cried out to the Most High, and the Most High, they were saying, sent the angel when they prayed to smote Herodias, to deliver his people, and nearly sucked the life out of him, about to kill him, so that he went back to the king, shook and fearful. And I'm paraphrasing, of the Almighty told him, the God of Israel, that the power of all power oversees and watches over Jerusalem, this kingdom, a higher than any injury or anyone plots to bring harm or hurt to these people or this place. Listen, the sovereign one intercedes and fights on their behalf. Lord, and this place cannot be conquered. And you see why they don't want us getting on code. The Most High on their side, keeping the commandments. So he testified, Herodias testified about the power of the great I am. And it's also worth mentioning, had not Onias interceded and prayed for him, that the angel would have left him struck right there. You know, but he was able to recuperate and go back and testify. Otherwise, it was DOA, dead on arrival. You know what I'm saying? The Most High ain't playing. Now, what happens after Seleucus, the king of Asia, dies? A tyrant, Antiochus Epiphanes, assumes the role of the kingdom. And then Jason, the brother of Onias, he succeeds through corruption, the high priest, or the office of high priest, and turns away the bruise from the way of their forefathers to becoming Hellenistic. What that mean? To join affinity with the heathen, the Greeks, the Idumean, and take on their society. And by default, they act. The evil that he dished out was repaid to him in his bosom by Menelaus, and then we learned they were another wicked high priest who was more wickeder than Jason. He sold out his people, forsook the laws of his forefathers, or the power of his forefathers, like some of us doing right now. All for the filthy lucre, money, and custom, status, power. So it was a struggle, like a money grab, a struggle for power, fame, and notoriety, success. Wicked Israelites, y'all know how selling up their own countrymen, forsaking the power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. That still be going on nowadays. All for the bag. It was prophesied, and we seen that they enrolled the Hebrews to their customs, to their gymnasiums. That's modern day athletes, that's what it sound like to me. Play in the Olympics and the games. What saith you? You know, all these things. So we'll bring this full circle and speed this up to so-called present time. 2022, almost so-called 2023. That's right. And here on this day, you know what I'm saying, they call Thanksgiving. They celebrate the series. I'm in here in the booth speaking about, is it too much? The Feast of Dedication, crying out to our commemoration. And for those who don't know, the bruise wasn't able to keep the Feast of Tabernacles. It was a 3-year war because of these sellouts, wicked men who sold their people over. You know what I'm saying? Traitors like Jason, Menelaus, high-minded. But thanks be to the Most High, that's right, that he always wrought salvation and bring deliverance unto his people that hope in him, Amen. Allowing us to go through the heartaches and atrocities, knowing that he's more than able to bring us through victoriously. And at the same time, better believe it, judge and repay those who had their hands involved in the exploitation, judgment, the corruption, and the destruction of his people, bringing it full circle. So without further ado, let's listen to this audio clip. We still have a lot of our people blinded, still cleaving to the ways of the Gentiles, just lost. When they should come up out of her, my people, and be ye set apart. Without further ado, lend your ears to this profound interview.
So mine is more so of a comment, but I'm gonna start with a question. Is the goal of your organization to like recruit members? Is it more so just to spread a certain message? And do you want those messages to, I guess, land on the ears of fellow black people?
Yes, our goal is to unite the 12 tribes of Israel, our race. It's prophesied only 1/3 of us will come together. It's prophesied that 2 out of 3 of us will die in America through thermonuclear fire. When you read Zechariah 13:8. It's already written, so we already know the outcome.
Gotcha. Okay. So I guess one thing with me being a young man coming up in this country, at one point I was sleeping in terms of no knowledge of myself, right? And so later on I was able to find knowledge of myself. But after that, I realized that I live in a capitalist society. Therefore, I had to provide a means for myself to be able to take care of my family. And I do think one noticeable criticism when it comes to a group like yourself is that how do we make money in the scheme of this? Like, knowledge is great, but I don't want to be broke and woke. That's something that I think that a lot of people of our own people choose to at times ignore when it comes to your organization. So is there any type of financial game plan when it comes down to your organization or your group?
Yes. When you read 2 Thessalonians, all the young men when they come in. 2 Thessalonians 3:10 says, "For even when we were with you, this we commanded you, that if any would not work, neither should he eat." Young men must work. That's been ordained from the beginning of time. We have to labor here in society to make money to take care of our family and one another. We must do that. So, but when money becomes your God, like in 1 Timothy 6, it says, "For the love of money is the root of all evil." When you start to steal, bicker, and fight over money, there's a problem now. Many organizations fell behind the love of money, greed, in other words. So we gotta make sure our minds is right and disciplined to take care of ourselves, our loved ones, our families, and our people.
Right. And my last note kind of attached to that is, I think that we all are individuals, and being raised here in America, there is a great sense of individualism. And I think that if there's a way for, I think, an organization like yourself to be able to speak to those desires and dreams that I have, like I want to go to like some fly locations, I want to see the world, I want to drive a nice car, those things that I aspire to do, based off of, I think, programming, based off of what I feel I want to experience in my lifetime. And I do think that if there's a way for the brothers such as yourself to be able to help me get there, I think your mission can be a lot more easier and smooth in person.
Well, remember, again, I want you to listen to it. We were not brought here in this country to prosper. We were brought here as slaves to repent of our sins. That's what everyone keeps missing. We want to come to America, prosper, and make money, but we're missing the big picture. What about repentance, changing our life around, learning to love one another as the Israelites? We keep missing that. We want the fancy cars. Notice with those fancy cars and all that money come handcuffs. You cannot stand up for black people. You cannot say what you want to say. You cannot stand for righteousness in the NBA, in the actors world, in the music realm. You can't do it to make all that money. It comes with chains. Okay? Now, Zephaniah 2:1 teaches us to gather ourselves together. Yea, gather together, O nation, not desire. The Lord is commanding us to unite together as a people. That must be our firm focus. And then come the other things until destruction comes.
Biblical stance. This has nothing to do with what we may feel as individuals want to experience in our life.
Correct. And if you notice, I'll say this. All nations work collectively. The Chinese, they have Chinatown. The Italians, they got Little Italy. Black people are the only ones taught to be individual. No other race on the planet works as an individual. Only black people. This is why we're disunited. This is why we're on the bottom.
My thing is more so, why not use those natural desires in your favor, knowing that people want to look a certain way. For example, Muhammad Ali did an interview and he was talking about Elijah Muhammad when he first started. Elijah was going around driving a very small car. He was a very humble man, but people weren't giving him the time of day. Ali used this example to reference on why he displayed his wealth. Another example was when 50 Cent did in an interview. He said that, someone could be driving a Pinto and they'll drive up next to you and say, hey brother, roll your window down. And you know what they'll do? They probably won't want to roll their window down. But if I pull up in that Ferrari, I say roll your window down, you're gonna roll your window down thinking that I have information that you don't have. So I'm saying strategically, I think that it's best to use the psychology of our current condition today in your favor to support. So I am saying to Bishop that I do think this is a great strategic move for you to consider, which is displaying wealth, showing me what I can obtain, what I've been already conditioned to, so you don't have to force it, because people are going to seek knowledge. Like, people listen to wealthy people just because they got money. And that's all I'm just trying to say, use it as a strategy versus working against the system. Have the system work for you.
When you read John 8:32, the Black Messiah Christ said, you shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. We've not known the truth at all here in society. Many of us are convoluted with a white Jesus. We believe the Jews are white. We believe everything holy is white. And when we come with the truth that Christ is our people, our King, and that we must keep the commandments, that gets rejected. Then we start to push up Islam, push Christianity. We're still falling in the same trick bag. Every few generations, we're doing it again. As Israelites, we're not going back. We're not going to push rich rags to riches. We're going to push God's commandments. We're the Israelites, we must keep. That's it.
Well said. Couldn't agree more with the bishop on this point. Deuteronomy 4 verses 4 through 8 sums it all up. But in this day and age that you and I are living in, it seems like we're influenced by the evil congregators. Yes, that you tell me, pickle. I'm from one of the 12 tribes of Israel. Look around the world, you see it's a big deal. Who's this in the feast about to get sealed? It's the feast of dedication. The what? It's the feast of dedication. It's the feast of dedication. Israel, time for us to elevate. Turn back to the I meant to say Bruce cause we know who the real Jews, so don't beef. I meant to say Bruce cause we know who the real Jews, so don't beef. I meant to say Bruce cause we know who the real Jews, so don't beef. I meant to say Bruce cause we know who the real Jews, so don't beef. We bringing the truth, making it uncomfortable for you. We bringing the truth, making it uncomfortable for you. We bringing the truth, making it uncomfortable for you.